If you know of anyone who volunteers in their local community, give them a pat on the back. It's National Volunteer Week, a time to say thank you to community members who continuously lend a helping hand. Sarah Whaley spoke with a few local volunteers to talk about their impact and how it's significant to Maine.
Knowing that I come here every day and I'm making a difference really affects my own life.
Volunteering or lending a helping hand is what Maine is all about.
Here in Maine, since I've been here, I just see that people are very generous with their time and their money, and it just seems that there's a very strong sense of community.
And this week is National Volunteer Week. Maine ranks 4th in the country for volunteer impact, according to Maine.gov. Volunteer engagement coordinator Gina Bingham is no stranger to volunteering. She settled in Maine not long ago and immediately searched for ways to help, mostly because Bangor reminded her of home.
I grew up in a town that was very similar to this area, and it was a town where everybody knew each other. And if there was somebody that needed something, it was no hesitation.
According to the Maine Commission for Community Service, 392,000 volunteers served 32.6 million hours in Maine between September 2020 and 2021, despite the pandemic. 24-year-old Vernon Carmack says there's always more work to be done and wants to see more young people active in the community.
I feel like if a lot more younger people got into this line of work and just volunteered more and learned about it more, I feel like it'll make a huge change.
Lifelong Communities fellow Karen Campbell has volunteered and worked with AmeriCorps for some time now. She, like many others, says volunteering started when she was younger and became an honorable duty to perform no matter where she lived.
It's really important to feel like you can help others in your community. And I think, studies have shown that when people are happiest, when they also can give of themselves.
When asked about how it makes them feel knowing they've impacted change,
you absolutely can affect change, and every little bit counts.
Sarah Whaley, WABI TV 5 News, Bangor.